Hello, and welcome back. Today I'm taking a look at SunnyV2's Guava Juice, a guide to losing your entire audience video. Yeah, SunnyV2 is a pretty popular guy on YouTube, so he probably needs no introduction, and I wanted to check him out because I tune into his videos very infrequently, but I never heard of Guava Juice, to be honest. I don't think I have seen any of his videos, so I'm very interested about this story and where it goes.
Guava Juice's former 200 million view months have declined by over 90%,
that's a
with many of these recent views coming from
drop-off.
shorts, as his long-form content gains roughly 100,000 views a video. What on earth happened? Let's travel back
Who
to
the
his
hell
absolute
is that
peak.
guy?
January 2017.
I feel so weird that I never seen him despite the crazy amount of views that he
49
has.
million views.
God
Why was he
damn.
so successful at this point in time? By then, Guava Juice had already been on YouTube for over 11 years, during which it became apparent that he was incredibly
That's a
talented at latching onto
really
trends and
long
had built
time.
an intuition for what was popular on YouTube at any one time. For example, his 2007 music video parodies were similar to what Smosh had become successful with, and by 2016 he was still competing with other top-tier gaming YouTubers like Vanos. Unfortunately, this also meant that Guava hadn't really carved out a specific lane for his channel, which is a necessity for long-term YouTube growth. Well, arguably. You can get reasonable views by joining a genre and making a contribution. However, explosive growth usually comes from pioneering a brand new or underperforming genre, as Guava Juice would come to discover in 2016 after uploading a video simply
being a trendsetter gives you a lot of benefits, but it's fucking hard to become a trendsetter, especially on like YouTube or Twitch or, you know, online entertainment stuff. That's a little bit of a crazy claim that you need to become a trendsetter to make a long-term success on YouTube.
Titled Orbeez Bath Challenge. Now, there was no denying that this video was targeted toward children. However, it still had many different elements of relatability, leading the video towards success. For example, anybody could access Orbeez, most people have a bathtub in their house, so it therefore posed this question of, well, what would be the outcome of this experiment if you did it for yourself? This made the video extremely enticing to click on, and once watching, Guava Juice then validated the audience by providing the exact outcome that everybody had clicked on the video for. A bathtub filled to the brim with Orbeez, which when combined with a cameo from Spider-Man, made for the perfect viral video. Each of Guava's bathtub uploads followed this similar premise of what would happen if you did this in your own house. There was always an element of curiosity. His Oobleck Bath Challenge even provided a guide for how to make the liquid, and it posed the question of, well, is he going to get stuck when it finally dries at the end of the video? His Lego Bath Challenge posed the question of, will he get hurt? While his Diet Coke and Mentos Bath Challenge implied that the Coke might fizz everywhere. Each episode was only 3 or 4 minutes long, so why not click and see the potential outcome? The short nature of the videos also meant that they didn't waste the audience's time and were optimized for watch time percentage. And while this goes against the classic trope of longer videos equals more watch time equals better performance, this has been disproven by people like David Dobrik, who have shown that 10 4-minute videos can be better.
What the fuck was he putting in the bathtub in that last one? Are those like puffs?
Time and were optimized for watch time percentage. And while this goes against the classic trope of longer videos equals more watch time equals better performance, this has been disproven by people like David Dobrik, who have shown that 10 4-minute videos can be better
there are
in comparison to one 40-minute video.
There are a bunch of channels
Regardless, Guava Juice's
that
videos
have
were doing
proved that.
so well that even his water bath challenge cracked 5 million views.
Out of all the bath challenges I've done, I'm surprised I never tried water.
Leading him to experiment with other types of content in which he revealed
that is pretty funny, I have to say.
Simple yet key success component. He
Just
was actually
water
excited
after
to
all
make
that.
each video. Despite being in his mid-20s, you could tell that Guava Juice loved every piece of content, from making gummy pizzas to building a house out of red cups. This gave the videos a unique, enjoyable flavor, as it was obvious that he was happy to be there, which accompanied his cliche yet ideal philosophy of wanting to improve the content every single day.
I mean, from where this is going, I would have to guess that he just
However, Guava's explosion was
The- the-
also assisted by
the videos
timing,
he
as
was,
viral videos required significantly
the videos
less
he was
time and effort
making
back in
were
2017. Take, for
simply
example, this
became
video
less
titled,
popular
"Do Not
over
Jump on the
time.
Trampoline Ball Pit at 3 AM, in which the time is shown at the start of the video 3:06, as well as at the end of the video 3:29, meaning this entire episode took only 23 minutes to film. There were basically no props, no script, and the whole thing was shot in one take, meaning the video took only a couple of hours to complete after editing, and it's now received over 20 million views. To achieve that same kind of performance on any long-form video today requires at least 1 week's work, as well as maybe a team, maybe a budget, and even then pulling anything close to that number requires a perfect storm. Back then, however, Guava Juice was doing millions of views on every single video, almost all of which needed minimal planning and could have been completed in under a day. In the process, Guava Juice kept up with every trend from Fortnite to TikTok reactions until he'd dip his feet into a brand new video type that would take his channel to a whole new level, his 10 Things You Shouldn't Do series. In the beginning, it wasn't even supposed to be a series. However, after 10 Things You Shouldn't Do in an airplane gained a view count in the millions, Guava Juice doubled down with 10 Things You Shouldn't Do in the movie theater, 10 Things You Shouldn't Do at school, and 10 Things You Shouldn't Do on a train, each of which performing incredibly well, and it's really
Damn,
the videos were comedic,
he was
relatable, and had a
pumping
bunch of
some
effort put into them.
numbers,
They usually
man.
had multiple people per skit as well as a full set
Oh
for
my
every
God,
video,
those-
which made them
those
extra
style
unique,
of
especially when
videos
combined with Guava Juice's absolutely
make
insane
me-
style of comedy.
Don't be a food inspector.
You know, a little bit of
How may I
cringe.
help you today?
Hello, I'm the food inspector. Could I have one of each food, please?
Sure thing. Follow me.
I love inspecting food.
Right this way, Mr. Food Inspector. You see, all the food should be right over there.
What is this?
You should have left Woody on the chance!
Master! Are you here to save me?
Now stay here for the rest of your life!
Daddy, is that you? It's me, your son.
These videos went absolutely wild throughout 2020, often gaining well over 10 million views. However, in April 2021, seemingly
not a fan of
overnight,
that type
something
of
began to
content,
change on the
to
Guava
be
Juice
honest.
channel. He went from gaining over 100,000 subscribers every single month to almost complete stagnation, while his videos were suddenly struggling to achieve more than 1 million views. Why
I
the
mean,
sudden
yeah,
drop?
that style of content
The decline
just
seemed to begin with a video by Danny Gonzalez, posted only 2
Just
weeks
kind of
prior, titled
dropped out
Guava
of
Juice is Out of
popularity,
Control,
right?
in which Danny would critique the absolutely insane nature of every Guava Juice video in a fun and entertaining way.
It's just so hard to follow. It's like, is this even a story? Is there a plot to this? They're just like doing random things and crazy things are happening. He can't really subvert our expectations anymore because our expectation is just that something random is going to happen at all times.
The video received over
True.
2 million views in less than a week, and while
Yeah,
it acted
Danny
as somewhat of
Gonzalez
a
does some
compliment, since
great
Guava Juice was
commentary
trying to make
content.
insane content, Danny's video would also act as a catalyst for the short-term retirement of the series. After uploading an episode on the 3rd of April, Guava Juice didn't post a 10 Things You Shouldn't Do episode until almost 3 months later on the 27th of June, after which it became obvious that the quality of the series had dropped off significantly. For example, Guava Juice's 10 Things You Shouldn't Do at Disneyland felt like it had been thrown together with no prior planning. There was no set, there were no characters, and the jokes felt random, but in a way that was more like, what the hell even is this anymore?
Don't feed the birds.
During the retirement of the series, Guava Juice had instead been uploading increasingly lazy content, such as Guava Juice Ranks Guava Juice videos, as well as old repackaged compilations, such as Best of Guava Juice 24-hour live stream, both of
it's
which
a-
subtly implying that the glory days of the channel were coming to an end. as
both
with-
uploading videos that are not popular anymore, and basically he downscaled his efforts. He started putting less and less effort into it. That
was
makes
also indicated by the thumbnails.
more
During his
sense.
peak, the thumbnails felt clean, straightforward, and were on par with YouTube's meta at the time. And while some of his 2021 thumbnails were definitely on the cutting edge, there were others that felt crowded, dated, or just straight up confusing. The channel seemed to have been struggling from a lack of effort and innovation. However, there was actually a good reason for this. In December 2021, Guava Juice announced that he'd instead instead been spending his time on a kids' TV series called The Guava Juice Show, which was about to release its very first episode on YouTube Originals. Guava displayed his confidence in the show by purchasing a billboard at LAX, and it was looking like this series could reignite the channel, although only in the beginning. The first 5 episodes performed reasonably well, averaging around 3 million views each. However, for whatever reason, the 6th episode gained only 150,000 views, with almost every episode afterwards following a similar trend. Guava and his team would produce a total of 13 episodes for the show, after which he'd upload a new video titled The End, in which Guava Juice was unusually upset, possibly as a partial result of the show's poor performance.
I've been doing Guava Juice for so long, I've missed my daughter's birthdays and friends' weddings, and I feel like there was just no balance to who I am as a person.
Guava Juice didn't specify why he was feeling so down. However, he wasn't ready to give up just yet, as he then released a 2nd season of the show, which once again performed to a mediocre standard. At a couple 100,000 views per episode, Guava might as well have just continued making standard videos.
Yeah, that sounds like a shit idea. Doing like a full animated episode and uploading it to YouTube? Shouldn't he search for a network that is willing to accept his show instead? That doesn't seem like a good idea at all.
This wasn't even the worst part. Whilst producing the show's 26 episodes, Guava Juice lost touch with the one skill that had always guaranteed success: an ability to keep up with trends and the current YouTube meta. Prior to making the
I also wanted to say that animations have been out of the quote-unquote YouTube meta for a big while now.
The 2nd season came to an end only 7 months later.
Also doesn't make sense that, you know,
200,000 views. It seemed that Guava Juice had fallen into the misconception that if he split his time between YouTube and a TV show, he'd achieve double the amount of success, yet the opposite happened and his performance was instead cut in half. On top of splitting his time between 2 different forms of media, Guava Juice also had to worry about YouTube Shorts, his in-store products, as well as a bloody NFT project, which has to be one of the dumbest things you can launch as a creator, because it's so obvious that you're just trying to siphon some quick cash from the audience. Guava Juice's new low was established in a recent video titled My Future, in which he speaks as though his career is pretty much over.
I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, I am very honored to be a part of your childhood.
His former excitement has transformed into boredom and complete apathy, as was highlighted during one of the video's announcements.
With growing in mind, I just want to let you know, for this channel, moving forward, I'm going back to my old roots, which is gaming. 2016.
That's a smart idea.
Because I wanted to create a gaming channel.
While Guava Juice gives off the vibe
That's
that he
a really
wants the
good
videos
idea,
to
and
return
I
to
will-
their former glory,
I will,
it also seems like he's lacking the motivation and clear vision to get them there. And as a result, he's trying
I wanna
almost
say why in
anything,
a second.
including sympathy from the audience, to achieve an increase in viewership. However, this has only had the opposite effect, as most of his gaming videos struggle to achieve 100,000 views. Guava Juice has made it way too obvious that he doesn't have an interest in producing the content, and this lack of commitment shows in each and every upload. The videos just feel a bit generic and aimless. A great YouTube video should be fresh and energizing, something that makes you want to click, just like the bathtub videos did during the channel's heyday. And while it's clear that Guava Juice is slowly rebuilding his intuition for what makes a great video, he's yet to return his skills back to a competitive level.
I don't agree with Sunny on the last part. So basically what happened is he peaked. Everybody peaks sooner or later. He peaked. He started, doing less and less views. So because he is still pulling numbers, like those numbers may not be that great for what he was at his peak, but he basically switched over to a lower effort style that he probably enjoys a lot more, because if he didn't enjoy this, I guarantee you he wouldn't be doing this for like this small amount of views. So he effectively, quote-unquote, retired, just like PewDiePie, And he is now uploading videos that are simply comfortable for him to do, which is smart. I really respect it. He's still getting money, you know, a significant amount of money from such a job. Like, doing YouTube is a dream job for so many fucking people because you're your own boss, you're doing what's interesting. Him quitting the rat race of trying to be the meta channel and just doing gaming as a sort of retirement plan, I can completely understand it. I don't know, like, Sunny has this problem that he's always saying that, like, those YouTubers almost, like, lost or something. That they dropped out of the rat race, they are not doing the numbers they did, they are not looking at the algorithm. Yeah, man, they just kinda made a bunch of money and now they're retiring, just like, you know, boxers or whatever, where their career actually lasts couple of years and then they retire. It's a little bit like that in the content creator space, where you really have to put in the effort, the energy that you only get really once your ball is rolling, you know, at the start of your career. And then you sorta just fizzle out and you will have to either settle into something that requires way less effort from you, or just retire and do content that is comfortable for you. So sure, he might have lost his audience, like 90% or whatever, but he's still earning money for things he's probably enjoying. It's not the end of the world. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, then like it and leave a sub. Check out SunnyV2's channel if you want to check out more of content like this, and I will see you in the next one.